So, if you've seen my short, you've seen kind of a bit of my complaint, and I'll continue on that. If you remember the second Fantastic Four movie, Rise of the Silver Surfer, not the second set, I mean, that failed so bad it literally never got a sequel. And that was the most disgusting version of Doctor Doom I have ever seen. It was embarrassing and it was disrespectful. I don't even care if they color swapped him, but I don't hear anyone ever bringing that up. I don't think we've had a Romani actually playing Victor Von Doom. And, hey, green eyes are a very big tell. And skin that doesn't burn, it only darkens. We could be a little accurate. That'd be cool. We actually have an actor that is Romani that is willing to play him. But I'll say that mainly the guy that plays Shelby from the Peaky Blinders, I think he would be great too. I don't actually need that specific. I was actually like, man, that guy Gus, that plays Gus from Breaking Bad. If he was younger, let him do it. And people would be like, oh, it's a race swap. I don't care. You do remember he gets like meatballed by his metal thing when he puts it on, right? You do realize that's what, he put it on too fast when those monks made it for him. But then again, maybe you would actually know that he was a sorcerer on the level of Doctor Strange, or could punch the Hulk and knock him back, or take hits from the Hulk and brush him off. Maybe you would know that, but most of you seem to only realize that the only power he gets is the one he got from the Fantastic Four situation. That's not true. That's blatantly not true. And Fox ruined how people view those characters. Granted, the first one was great, but we're already about to follow down the same path line of having Doom, Silver Surfer, and Galactus in the movie. We know we're not going to get a Cloud from Disney. They're not that stupid. They're way better than that. They destroyed what Fox did, and I expect every single project that Fox was over that Disney is now going to do to be 10 times the movie. But unless Silver Surfer shows up in a post-credit scene talking to Galactus to tell him to go look for a planet, and then he shows up in the post-credit scene of the second one, this is a stupid idea to have them both. If Doctor Doom is literally meant to be the villain of the first one, what is wrong with people? Every time we got a Batman movie, it's got to be freaking Joker. Every time we have a Spider-Man movie, it's got to be Green Goblin or Doc Ock or Venom. Every time we have a freaking Superman movie, there's been 3 villains, besides the made-up one no one cares about, the entire live-action history. It's been General Zod, Doomsday, and Lex Luthor. That's it. That's the only live-action heroes. If y'all want me to tell y'all how to start the first 5 movies of a new DCU, that's great. We'll start with a Batman, Superman, and go to World's Finest immediately. And we're starting mid-career. None of this origin story. You want an origin story? Look it up. Let's tell something new in live action. Let's get further than we've ever been able to get before. But that's what worries me about the Fantastic Four movies, because we're actually taking the same approach. I don't even care I didn't get Krasinski as him and his wife as Sue. Granted, I think that would have been perfect casting. But you can't say he was too old now with Pascal being picked. That doesn't make sense. But I really hope that we're looking at something like Molecule Man as the villain. Molecule Man, when he first appears, doesn't understand his power, but later is involved with the Secret Wars situation. He's behind a lot of incursions. He's a growing villain. You also could have the Frightful Four. Mold Man. You don't have to go straight to Doctor Doom every time. Or Galactus. Heck, they're not even supposed to defeat Galactus. They didn't even defeat him when they had the Ultimate Nullifier. They just made him scared and leave. People don't remember this, and it's kind of sad. That Marvel Encyclopedia is not full of shit. It's full of actual facts. From the first one had a lot of input from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, amongst other contributors. Now, the second edition added a lot more characters, more events, more details, as well as extra people's positions where they included the previous stuff. This is the best resource for comic information all in one. It's this thick. I don't know if you're going to be able to find it. I lucked out and found it because of an ex of mine in a not hobby shop, a resale store. Effectively, it was like $15. I have learned so much cool stuff from reading that book, and heck, it's how I found Night Thrasher. It's how I realized that the Netflix series ruined every villain that had a snake name, because that's supposed to be the Serpent Society group of people. But let's not even get on to Netflix. I got a series of videos for that anyways. But the Fantastic Four, I'm hoping I am reading this wrong. I really am. They brought Herbie back. They have a cool looking crew. The idea of them coming into the 60s means they could escape through the quantum realm after he had to help Sue with some weird disease like in the comics, getting the cosmic control rod from Annihilus. And then once he gets it back and they escape, this is why Annihilus can show up later, because he's like, screw you, Reed. You've proved to me there are more people. And he's really a twisted character. He wants to destroy and kill everyone so that no one can take his control rod. That could bring us Annihilation Wave. I think that would be a really cool setup, and you could have the Fantastic Four be introducing the Inhumans if you wanted, because they met them first, the Eternals, because they probably have come across them first in multiple storylines. They technically were the first to come across the Skrulls. They changed that up in the MCU, but you easily could have them be the first one to come across the Annihilation Wave and bring that news back. But like I said, I hope I'm reading all this wrong and we get a lot better product than we think we are.